Howdy, welcome to Downshift. My name is Matt, and this is the official vehicle of the Rhinestone Cowboy. This is the Ram 1500 Limited Crew Cab EcoDiesel, which is just a long way of saying this is the most luxurious truck ever conceived. Like seriously, if you asked Mercedes to design a full-size pickup truck, it wouldn't come out this ritzy. And a lot of that has to do with the interior, which of course we'll get to later. But not only is this the most luxurious Ram out there, it's also the most economical. And by economical, I'm not talking about the $78,000 as-tested price. I mean that it's got the 3-liter EcoDiesel V6. And this week I've been getting around 25 mpg, which is mostly city driving, and you can get up to 33 on the highway. The diesel power plant only makes about 260 horsepower, so it's not going to win any drag races or exhaust sound competitions. But you know what diesel is good for? Towing. This thing maxes out towing at just over 12,500 pounds with a payload just under 2,100 pounds. And if we're honest, the diesels are never about horsepower, it's all about torque. And this thing packs 480 pound-feet of that stuff, all of which goes through a nice ZF 8-speed automatic transmission through a 2-speed transfer case. And that's right, this thing is a 4x4. So we can go off-road then, right? Yeah, I mean, a bit. It is a 4x4 system and it's got a low range and it is a body-on-frame truck. But to be honest, no one is taking their Ram Limited off-road. The thing that you actually care about is the ride, and it's pretty good. It's an air suspension with 5 different levels, and it rides better than any normal truck that I've been in, and almost as good as the Ford Raptor. But going back to that whole 4x4 thing real quick, this has a 4 auto setting, which is really nice to have in the winter or in bad weather, so the truck can be in 2-wheel drive to save fuel, and then kick power to the front tires if it needs more traction. Overall, this Limited is really nice behind the wheel. The power is smooth and plentiful. The suspension is soft and supple, but it does shudder around a little bit on some smaller bumps, and the cabin is really nice and quiet. The only thing I'll mention is that when I first got in the truck, the hood seemed really high, and that kind of took away some frontward visibility. After a day or two, I did get used to it, but I just thought it would be worth mentioning since I and the fleet guy that dropped the truck off, we both talked about it a little bit. So behind the wheel, the truck definitely drives as luxurious as it's intended to be, but in terms of the exterior, does it seem as luxe as it's supposed to be? I mean, if you associate chrome with luxury, then it sure does. The grille, the front bumper, the recovery hooks, the hood badge, the wing mirrors, the wheels, obviously, the window treatments, the side blade, the door handles, the rear bumper, the exhaust, the tailgate release, and the badging, all a sea of chrome. However, the parts that aren't chrome are Patriot Blue, because, of course, America. The Limited, though, has a unique grille and some unique wheels, and auto-deploying running boards, but other than that, in the chrome, you'd think it was just a normal Ram 1500. And then there's the bed. So we have the crew cab configuration with the 5-foot bed. Unlike the Ford trucks that we've tested, this doesn't have bottle openers and the Pythagorean theorem and a protractor etched into the tailgate. It's a normal bed and a normal, well, there is one gimmick, I will say, though. You have the barn door style opening rear tailgate, and to be honest, I actually used it this week, so it was pretty nice. But other than that, it's just normal Ram 1500 with a hefty payload. Let's talk about the inside. The interior here is where I was completely and utterly blown away. I mean, this is like bargain Bentley stuff in here, and I say that with, of course, the utmost respect, and I was genuinely shocked when I looked around the cabin for the first time and saw this. And it's all thanks to the materials chosen, and more specifically, the diversity of materials chosen. Leathers in what Ram is calling indigo and sea salt, heavy cotton or canvas blend, which feels expensive, faux wood steering wheel, aluminum trimming on your awesome Harman Kardon speakers. The stitching is amazing. The quilting is impressive. It's even on top of the dash. Even the grab handles are leather wrapped. Like, that's genuinely my box stuff. I think my favorite thing, though, is the knurled shifter dial, which seems more Gatsby than He-Man. The materials and diversity in textures are faultless, though, and it doesn't even come at the expense of practicality. You still have a massive center console with enough charging up front to run a small covert military operation. Your rear seats are as big as you could ever want them to be, plus they fold up if you need more space. And the rear seats are heated and cooled just for good measure. Plus you have additional speakers in the headliner back there, which I thought were just a gimmick to impress your eyes more than your ears, but they genuinely sound amazing. The luxury stops short only of massage seats, but there is one strange omission. No panel roof, no sunroof of any kind. But I guess that's fine, since the headliner is finished in a luxurious micro suede. But this is a 2022, and a very modern truck at that. So you get things like really nice head-up display. You get a mostly digital gauge cluster. You get a massive infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay. You get 360 cameras along with every other camera you could possibly conceive. And you get a pretty comprehensive safety suite. It just lacks lane tracing and lane keeping. I could probably find a couple other things to go on about, but I don't want this to be a half-hour video on a Ram 1500 interior. Long story short, the interior blows my mind in like 6 different ways, but most notably with the materials and trimmings. Now, with that, I think let's get into the final thoughts. The way I shoot B-roll of these cars is exterior first, then interior, especially when it's threatening to rain all week. And when I was shooting the exterior, I had this feeling of, I wish they had done something more special to the exterior to convey just how impeccable the interior is. But then again, I hate chrome and realized maybe the exterior subtlety is nice. You're cocooned in luxury as you waft down the road, and when you hop out of your blue Ram, no one is aware of how vastly superior your taste is. Thanks to Ram for letting me have a go in your rolling palace you're passing off as a pickup truck.